So I have shared my knowledge across more than 350 conferences so far. Yeah. Um, so how many of you have worked, with AI systems, or how many of you have used AI systems? If you can just put it in the chat window, that would be great. Have you ever used AI systems, AI technologies? If you can just put in the chat, yes, that would be great. Yes, yeah. My voice is breaking. Is it for everyone? My voice is breaking.
No, sir. I think that candidate doesn't have their
Okay,
proper
okay,
network.
okay, great. So yeah, if you can just put in your inputs into the chat window. Have you already worked with AI at any point of time, or have you engaged with any AI systems, artificial intelligence systems? Yes and no. Okay, so I'm getting a mixed response of yes and no. Um, so today we are living in a world where at least 3 to 4 times in a day we engage and interact with AI systems or artificial intelligence systems. Okay, whether with our knowledge or without our knowledge. I'm going to show you how. Okay, AI is the new default interface in everything what we do today. When we read a newspaper, when we interact in our social media, when we purchase something through an e-commerce site, or when we are learning something over the digital platforms, or when we are searching something in the internet, when we are watching a YouTube video, whatever we do today, there is a bit of AI playing in the background. Okay, I'm going to show you a lot of examples. So we started already living with the AI systems. Okay, um, so this AI is a very significant development today, and today some of the global companies, I'm sure that you know many of these companies, you might have heard, or you're using some of their solutions or platforms or products. For example, you might have seen Amazon.in, the e-commerce portal, or you might have heard about Amazon Web Services, the cloud solution, or you might have heard about Amazon driverless cars. So Amazon is a big company, same with Google, right? So Google also a very big company globally. Yeah, you might have used this Google search, Gmail, YouTube. You might have used a Google Drive, many things, Maps, Google Maps. You might have used all these technologies, right? If you look at all these companies, whether it is Facebook or Twitter or Airbnb or Netflix or even Uber, any company, if you look at, these are all companies which came in the last 10 years or 10 or 15 years time, right? Now they are the global number one companies in their respective areas. They are the biggest companies in their respective areas. How they could really become such a big company in a very short time? Because they started leveraging, they started looking at the data, and they started applying analytics and artificial intelligence to grow a significant pace. And if you look at each of these companies, they have AI. They use AI in every microsecond, every aspect, every interface, every data. They leverage AI. Okay, I'm going to show you some examples how they use AI. Okay. Um, Today, Amazon, if I need to take an example, Amazon Go is a retail shop. Imagine your neighborhood supermarket is completely run by an AI solution or an artificial intelligence solution. So typically in a regular supermarket, when you go inside, and there'll be security guys, there'll be people, sales guys, and you just go inside. You have to take all of your items and then come and stand in a queue in the billing counter. Then it will take 3-4 minutes to really get the billing, and then there is a security guard who will verify your bills, and then you have to go, right? Queue, payment, billing, verification, long waiting time. All those are available in a traditional supermarket. But Amazon Go introduced a new type of supermarket called Amazon Go. So what it does is, actually, there is no queue, there is no billing counter, there is no security, nothing. You can just go inside, take whatever the things you want, and you can come out. Okay, so literally it is possible. How it is possible? Amazon deployed a lot of, or implemented a lot of analytic solutions, artificial intelligence solutions in a retail shop, like computer vision, neural networks, sensor fusion, video analytics, facial recognition, like that. A lot of different artificial intelligence solutions were implemented in this Amazon Go showroom, where you can go inside, take whatever the things you want, and you can come out. Everything will happen automatically in the background. So you cannot do fraud, you cannot escape without payment. Everything will happen in the background, but nobody is there. Everything seamlessly happening in the background. You will not even know. Okay. So no line, no checkout, no verification, no billing, nothing. Everything happens automatically in the background, completely powered by AI. It was very difficult for me to digest it a few years ago, but I personally went to, I had an opportunity to go to one of the Amazon Go showrooms in the US a couple of years back when I went to US. So I went and see how this is happening, right? So artificial intelligence is coming to your supermarkets, your retail shops. So this is an example how AI is changing the world. Okay, so AI is changing the supermarkets and retails. For example, same way, the way we commute, the way we travel, the way we do logistics, AI is playing a very, very crucial role. You heard about driverless cars. We call it as autonomous cars or smart cars. You can call it as any name, right? But eventually, these cars are driven by artificial intelligence. Okay, so AI on wheels. So a lot of trucks are completely today run by artificial intelligence. Okay, there is no driver. Very big trucks are driven by artificial intelligence. Cars, again, there's a lot of AI cars are getting built and rolled out. Uber is one example. Google is one another example where they are building cars which are driven by artificial. There is no driver. You can just order to your Alexa or Google Home saying that car get ready. The car will come automatically will come to your doorstep, and then when you are going near to the car, automatically, if you are the authorized person, automatically the doors will be open. You can simply say, take me to Bangalore, take me to Delhi, take me to whatever the place you want to go, right? It automatically takes you. You don't have to tell the routes. You don't need to tell them increase the speed or decrease the speed or apply brake whenever it is in a signal. You don't have to say anything. It will automatically detect all those things and drive and take you to your destination. It's completely possible by artificial intelligence. Okay, so travel, transportation, logistics, all are really transforming by artificial intelligence. Okay, another example. Today, this AI is used in health diagnostics, drug discovery, customer service, facial recognition, video analytics, and even unmanned aerial workers. So there are thousands of use cases today leveraged by artificial intelligence. Okay, so we don't have time to go through each of them. Otherwise, I would have helped you understand how each of these use cases is powered by artificial intelligence, probably in the next section. Okay. This artificial intelligence is not only used by these big companies, it is also coming to our own houses and homes. Okay. It is also traveling with us. So Google introduced a technology called Google Duplex. Okay. So you heard about executive secretary, executive assistants, personal secretary, and all, right? So you will have a virtual digital personal secretary with you all the time. If you have this Google Duplex is a personal secretary. Its only thing is that it is an AI based virtual digital secretary. It is not a physical secretary. Okay, like a human. It's not a human being, but it can do everything just like the way human beings are doing. Okay, just like your executive secretary is doing. So Google Duplex, this you can search in the YouTube. You will see a very interesting 3-minute video where Google Duplex can book an appointment for you and your family in a nearby restaurant based on your choice of menu or food items you like, or based on your nearest location, best quality restaurant. Based on your parameters, it can automatically book a restaurant appointment for you. So it will make a call to the restaurant and then talk like a human being, and it will book an appointment. You'll be so wondering that how an AI bot, a robot, AI, artificial intelligence solutions can make such a call and book an appointment for you. So even it is coming to your own home, and this AI bot can remind you for your appointments, your meetings, your travel schedules, your booking. Everything can be managed by this virtual robot. It's completely artificial intelligence in the background. So if you have seen some of these movies like Robot, The Matrix, The Ex Machina, War Games, Terminator, many of the things, fancy things you have seen there, the sci-fi fiction things, what you've seen there is many of the things are getting a reality today. Okay. So I wanted to take one more opportunity to take some input from you. Now, can you tell which of these photographs is created by artificial intelligence? One of these photographs is not real. Is the male is not real or the female photograph is not real? If you can just put it in the chat window. Which of this photograph is real? Is it male photograph is real or female is real? Female, one input, I got it. Female photograph is real photograph. Male is not real. Okay, is fake. Male is real. Both are AI. Male is not real. Okay. Okay, male is real. Female is real. Okay, interesting. Okay, thank you for your inputs. In fact, both these photographs are created by artificial intelligence. These are not real photographs. Okay, these are not real people. These are all artificial intelligence created photographs. By looking at thousands of photos, AI engine is creating new faces. Okay, and you will see how AI can create new faces. You see here, one male photograph is completely transformed to a female photograph, right? This is possible with AI. Now, there are so many good use cases as well as bad use cases. Okay. Imagine people are suffering from acid attacks, or people who lost their face in accidents, many other issues, right? They can use AI to design their own faces. People who want to do gender transformation, right? The transgenders who wanted to do gender transformation can use this technology to design their own faces, male to female or female to male, right? So many good use cases are there. At the same time, criminals can use the same technology for after committing a crime, they can design their own new shape, and using plastic surgery they can change their shape by itself, right? So every technology has its own plus and minuses. So you can use artificial intelligence to change your own faces. You can change your skin texture. You can change your ages, right? So many things can be applied by artificial intelligence, as use cases. Now, if you look at these photographs, these are not the photograph of celebrities. So these are the photographs created by artificial intelligence who will be acting in movies. And you will see in the future, movies released will have artificial actors and actresses. Okay. You will not see them in the real world because there is no real person like that. It will all be acted by actors which is created by artificial intelligence. That's how the world is moving. Okay. The world is not only just creating this photographs, the world already started creating virtual humans, digital humans, we can call it as. It's completely like a human being, but they are not the real human being. They are the artificial human beings. They are the digital human beings. Okay. Today, with the help of this 3D printing, thermoplastic elastomer material, brain mapping, and behavior analytics technologies and artificial intelligence, you can literally create a virtual human, a digital human, like Sophia. I hope you might have heard about Sophia a couple of years back. Sophia is an artificial intelligence machine, like a human being, who can interact, act, react, talk, work, behave like a human being. And today, Sophia is calling a press meet. And Sophia has got a citizenship like a human being in Saudi Arabia a couple of years back. Okay. You see how the world is moving ahead with the help of artificial intelligence and creating virtual humans, right? This Sophias can come in many sizes and shapes. Can take the form of a car or a robot or a small device like a Google Home or an Amazon Alexa. Yes, it can. It is possible. I just want to show you an example, a small video, how AI is coming into various domains and then doing better jobs, right? So I want to play a very small video. In case if you are not able to hear the sound audio of this video, please let me know. Okay, I'm playing this video.
Welcome, Oliver. Glad to see you put on your blue shirt for the interview.
Yes, indeed. You're welcome.
Are you feeling stressed?
Just a bit, you know.
Please allow me to play some piano music to make you feel more comfortable.
I feel a bit better now, thank you.
Glad to hear that. Tell me, why should I hire you?
I've been passionate about courses, I'm a boy.
Okay, let's do a little test. Can you show me where my electric compressor is?
Sure. Here.
Perfect. Can you explain how my 360-degree camera... I think I'm going to keep you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
So what you're seeing is artificial intelligence, coming in the form of an HR manager or an interviewer, like a manager. Okay. And this HR manager came to you like a car, right? In the form of a car and doing the interview, and this guy got selected in the interview, right? So how HR, human resources, is transformed by artificial intelligence. You see, the personal interview, technical interview, engineering interview, everything is done by a single car in a single place, and the decision is made with the help of artificial intelligence. And you will see many very interesting artificial intelligence solutions coming to our world in our daily lives. Okay, so there is a company called Donut Robotics in Japan. They created a smart mask. This mask, especially in the corona time, the COVID time, you know that many of the people were traveling in many places and they were not able to travel to and fro because of the because the flights were shut down and there is no travel, air routes were completely blocked. So if you're in a country where you don't know the local language there, how will you survive? It's very difficult, right? So this Japanese company, startup company, created or developed a mask that is very smart, which can translate 8 languages. If you're staying in Japan, if you don't know Japanese, how will you survive? And if they don't know in English and you don't know Japanese, then it is a big problem. So you can configure this smart mask, and whatever you say in English, it will automatically translate to Japanese. And whatever they say in Japanese, it can automatically translate to you in English or any other language that you like. Right? Very interesting. And the technology behind this smart mask is nothing but artificial intelligence. Right? It's a big use case, and it has been a real help for many people. Right? In China, you know that in China, English speaking people are very less. So they need news readers who can talk in the accent of the Western accent. So they developed an AI news reader who can talk in the Western English accent. So this is all possible with the help of artificial intelligence. News reader. It's an artificial news reader. It is not a real news reader, but completely artificial intelligence behind this. It's not a real person. So companies are applying analytics and artificial intelligence in multiple areas, whether it is a retail company or telecom company or manufacturing company or banking company, a bank, hospitals, education, any industry. If you look at, they are all using analytics today in various areas. There are multiple types of analytics, descriptive analytics, just to understand what's happening in the market today. If the sales are increasing, if the finance is going down, if the profit is not coming up, why it is happening like this, then they use something called diagnostics analytics. What will happen in the future? Then they apply predictive analytics to predict the future. So for example, weather forecast, in simple example, right? So they use predictive analytics there. If they want to really make it happen, they use prescriptive analytics. That is where most of the machine learning and artificial intelligence technologies will come into picture to help you get that done, right? So just to know what's happening, descriptive analytics, why it is happening, diagnostic analytics, what will happen in the future, predictive analytics, and how can we make it happen. That means what to do when something happens in the future, and that is prescriptive analytics called artificial intelligence, right? Today, in many companies, there's a lot of investment happening in the artificial intelligence area, where companies, whether it is HR, finance, supply chain, marketing, customer care, production, manufacturing, quality, retail, any of these areas, companies are using a lot of analytics to understand how their customers are purchasing their goods, how their competition is doing, right? What kind of marketing campaigns to be running, what kind of advertisements to be running, what kind of products to be purchased and designed or sold, right? So all those decisions are today taken with the help of analytics and artificial intelligence. There are different types of analytics. You might have heard of business intelligence, big data, social media analytics, machine learning, artificial intelligence. There are so much of different types of subsets of analytics are there. So today companies look at the data from every aspect and then build this analytics. Okay, different types of artificial intelligence is there, like the interactive AI, text AI, visual AI, functional AI. Whenever you visit any website for a bank, for example, a bank's website, immediately you will see at the bottom you can see a chat box coming up. Okay, small chat box coming up, and it is a kind of a chatbot. Okay, a chatbot is also powered by artificial intelligence in the background. You will see the artificial intelligence you are getting engaged in every day. For simple example, when you are going to Facebook, if some of your friends are uploading some photograph of yours, automatically it will detect your photograph and then provide an option for tagging. I think many of you might have done this, right? Tagging a photograph. So Facebook is using artificial. How a machine will know the face of a photograph and then match it with your face. There are crores of people on the Facebook, but from a Facebook photograph, immediately how it will detect the photograph of a particular person and match it. Facial recognition, image recognition, right? All are nothing but AI. Whatever the chatbot you see when you go to any website is nothing but an artificial intelligence in the background, right? Whatever you search in the Google, immediately if you are finding an advertisement in Facebook, that is also AI in the background. When you are when you are listening to some songs or when you're watching some YouTube videos, whatever the recommendations you see at the right-hand side, recommended videos, that is also artificial intelligence. So you will see this artificial intelligence coming in every aspect of our life. And you will see a virtual doctor available in your own home who can give you personalized medical assistance, advisory. It will proactively tell you what would be your diseases and how you need to prevent it. Virtual doctors, dedicated personal medical assistant will be in your own home. Everyone will have a doctor in their own houses 24/7 without sleeping. This doctor will give you advisory, personalized advisory. All again, it will be AI only. And you will see many homes are becoming smart homes. Smart home is a reality today, because we are already having smart TVs, smart refrigerators, smart ACs, smart phones, smart laptops, right? Smart CCTV cameras. So slowly the house is getting smarter, right? I just want to play a small video how the smart homes are getting a reality. In case if you're not hearing the audio, let me know. Okay, you can unmute and tell me if you're not able to hear the audio.
Playing jazz.
Playing jazz.
Smoothie.
Making smoothie.
Calendar.
No meetings today. Remember, tandläkare at 9:30.
Fire off.
Fire off.
Open door.
Door open.
Sånn, så skal vi sette en til.
Ah, ja. Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open door.
Repeat that.
Open door.
I didn't understand that.
Hey, open door.
Play on the floor.
Get over the floor. Open the door.
Wrong voice command. Error.
Hey, William. With a rock? Open door. Open door. Open door. Higher.
Higher volume.
Higher.
Higher.
So the first part of the video, you have seen that this guy is giving virtual verbal commands to everything, right? Turn on the fire, make a juice like smoothie. Do I have any appointment? The virtual agent is telling, no, you don't have any appointment, but you have a dental appointment, right? And no official meetings, but a personal appointment. So this is how the smart home is getting a reality. Whatever you have seen in this video, all can be powered by artificial intelligence, all enabled by artificial intelligence. So when a home is getting smart, when when your hospital is getting smart, when your transportation is getting smart, when your electricity is getting smart, when your healthcare is getting smart, that is how slowly the smart homes, smart cities are getting built, right? There is whatever you're seeing is the good side of the AI, right? There is a bad side of the AI as well. If you don't use this, if you don't build the AI in the right way, if you don't use it in the right way, it can be a double-edged sword. It can be doing a lot of bad things as well. So there are many times AI, whatever you're seeing right now, AI is doing great things, right? But at the same time, sometimes AI can be a big failure as well. So Microsoft released an AI chatbot solution, AI-based chatbot solution. So it's called Tay. Twitter started using Microsoft AI solution as a response solution in the Twitter. But what happened? This Microsoft Tay solution, the AI solution, started giving a lot of vulgar, very bad language, response. Which is not acceptable, right? So AI solution talking in a very, very obscene and vulgar language is absolutely not acceptable. Twitter removed this AI solution from its portal, and Microsoft withdrawn this AI solution. So AI failed. Okay. Same way, Amazon built an AI solution as a recruitment solution. So whenever you are applying for a job, this AI solution will qualify your profile and selects you for next interviews and other things. But this specific AI solution, what Amazon built, didn't like women. So they this AI bot rejected all the women candidates. Okay, so which is a big problem. So I'm sure that no woman is going to like that particular AI bot, which is rejecting their application, right? So it's a big problem. Amazon had to come to the public and apologize and then withdraw this application because it's a big bias problem, right? Driverless cars, as I told, it is also run by AI, right? So Uber in 2018, one of the Uber cars gone and hit a person in the US, and that person died. AI killed a person, right? The AI car killed a person. It's again, AI failed, so it couldn't detect and then failed. Another big challenge, if you don't use the AI for good, something called deepfake is there. Now, deepfake can be used for very, very bad things as well. Now, people can create propaganda videos with other people, face, and then they can create very, very bad videos. But the video looks very, very original, and it seems like very, very original. I don't know the time, otherwise I would have shown you an interesting video about Obama, the former US president, is talking about something, but actually he was not speaking. Somebody else was speaking, but the video created in such a way that it is exactly like Obama is speaking. So fake videos, that's called deepfake. It's very difficult to even analyze that whether it is a fake video or an original video. Same way, people can create a nude photograph, naked photograph of your photo, by downloading from Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. In 3 seconds, they can create a nude photo of yourself, right? Which exactly looks like the same photograph. And how you go and define it? Earlier, morphing was there, but it is so easy to identify the morphing technology, whether it is a morphed photograph or a real photograph. Today, using deepfake, it is very difficult to go and crack whether it is an original photograph or a fake photograph, right? So, from the Instagram, more than 100 million photographs are, I think, it's downloaded. I read a news in the article that more than 100 million photographs were used for creating deepfakes. creating nude photographs. So it's all happening, right? So these are all again done by AI, right? Bad AI or AI doing the bad things. Similarly, Facebook created chatbots, and you know chatbots, right? So Facebook created two chatbots, and they allowed these chatbots to talk to each other. So chatbots are supposed to be interacted with the human beings for solving or some queries, right, or some questions to be answered. But Facebook allowed two chatbots to start talking to each other, and eventually these two chatbots started creating their own language, which the Facebook engineers didn't even understand what language it is. It's a very dangerous situation. Facebook had to immediately shut down these bots, right? It happened in 2017. Amazon Alexa, you know that Amazon Alexa, you heard about, you might have seen in advertisements at least. Amazon Alexa is again an AI powered system. In Germany, there was a party happening in the early morning, 3 a.m. Amazon Alexa thought that it is a big fight happening there. So when somebody was playing a music in a party at 3 a.m. in the morning, Alexa thought that it is a fighting happening. Alexa automatically called the police. So the AI engine automatically calling the police. So AI failed again, right? Today, you know that all of us are using a lot of digital medium to learn and enrich our knowledge and train and things like that. When a small kid in the US in 2017, when she was asking for a particular song to play, Digger Digger, Amazon Alexa played a pornographic video to a small kid, which is again Amazon Alexa failed. It is an AI request. It is a request from a human being to an AI engine. AI engine given the wrong result. So again, Amazon, the AI engine failed, right? So how do we build the right AI? How do we ensure that this AI can be used for good purposes and AI is producing the right outcomes? So data is getting very, very important. So there are many data strategies or data parameters you need to consider to build the right AI. Data has to be available. Full data has to be available. Relevant data has to be there. Consistent data has to be there, and then you need to define the problem statement very well, the solution approach very well, and then you need to build the analytic solutions, AI solutions to make it right. So if you don't do that, people can create AI solution which will have ethical problems like the Amazon recruitment solution. We need to build AI solutions in a more transparent and explainable way, because why AI is taking such decision, we need to know, right? Because it is artificial. If it is making a wrong decision, if it is making a wrong thing, obviously it has to be responsible. Who is going to be responsible? When the Uber car, the AI car killed a person in the US, who is responsible? So responsible AI. And it has to produce accurate intelligence, right? So the AI has to produce accurate intelligence. Otherwise, sometimes the AI can be used as a weapon, okay, lethal weapon. Okay, cyber attacks can be launched using AI based solution. Whatever the content you see in the digital platforms can be completely biased, which can influence your decision. And this is already happening in various countries, especially in the US and Europe, etc. You have seen in the Germany and all, in the Russia, and even in India. You have seen that during the election times, media companies or social media companies started providing biased content, which is influencing the decision of people in their voting, right? So there is a huge amount of data. We need to ensure that whatever the analytics AI solutions we are building, we are using has the right level of governance, compliance, and policies. There should be legal accountability. It has to be value driven, and it has to be ecosystem oriented. If you don't do that, sometimes very, very interesting solutions can come up, and sometimes it can be very bad as well, right? So I just want to play a very small video that will give you a good idea about how sometimes AI can be a very good solution, at the same time a bad solution. Let me play this video for you.
Customer pilots directed almost 3,000 precision strikes last year. We're super proud of it. It allows you to separate the bad guys from the good. It's a big deal. But we have something much bigger. Your kids probably have one of these, right? Not quite. Hell of a pilot? No. That skill is all AI. It's flying itself. Its processor can react 100 times faster than a human. The stochastic motion is an anti-sniper feature. Just like any mobile device these days, it has cameras and sensors, and just like your phones and social media apps, it does facial recognition. Inside here is 3 grams of shaped explosive. This is how it works. Did you see that? That little bang is enough to penetrate the skull and destroy the contents. They used to say guns don't kill people, people do. Well, people don't. They get emotional, disobey orders, aim high. Let's watch the weapons make the decisions. Now, trust me, these were all bad guys. Now that is an airstrike of surgical precision. It's one of a range of products. Trained as a team, they can penetrate buildings, cars, trains, evade people, bullets, pretty much any countermeasure. They cannot be stopped. Now, I said this was big. Why? Because we are thinking big. Watch. A $25 million order now buys this. Enough to kill half a city. The bad half. Nuclear is obsolete. Take out your entire enemy, virtually risk-free. Just characterize him, release the swarm, and rest easy. Dumb weapons drop where you point them. Smart weapons consume data. When you can find your enemy using data, even by a hashtag, you can target an evil ideology right where it starts.
Yes, that's a super cool technology. That's what you're seeing, using the AI, right? Now imagine if this technology lands in the hands of the wrong people. Instead of killing the bad guys, they can use the same technology to kill the good guys. Okay, so the AI has good and bad sides. If you don't use it properly, it will have the bad side too. So, but at the same time, as you have seen that the AI has huge potential, huge opportunities out there. Every company is adopting artificial intelligence and analytics in a very big way. There's a huge opportunity from a job employment perspective, from a career perspective, in the analytics domain, because whatever the technology, whatever the fancy things, what you're seeing there is all built and developed by people like you and me, right? Across the globe in different companies. So within the US itself, there was about 30 lakh people required in the a couple of years before itself, right? So with analytic skills, right? So globally, I think about 1.2, 1.5 to 1.7 crore people are required with analytic skills today. But there's a huge shortage, whether you're working in the domain of finance or supply chain or HR, marketing or sales, or in the telecom or the retail. Everywhere you need analytic skills to really have a better career. So it's a huge opportunity. There are enough and more opportunities out there. But how do we really get that opportunity? Is nothing but a lot of learning has to be done. We need to really learn. I have 2 mantras, if you need to capitalize this opportunity. One, you need to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Second, skill, upskill, and reskill. So each one of us, everyone, irrespective of your level, career, your age or your experience or your domain or your position, all of us have to do these 2 mantras if you need to really, make a leverage out of this whole new transformed AI powered world, right? So, so that's what I had to share today. I hope the session was interesting and useful to all of you. Thank you so much for listening to me. And I'd like to spare the next few minutes. If you have any questions, more than happy to answer. Thank you so much. All the very best.
Thank you, sir. Students, like this was a session for you about to know about how the artificial intelligence is going to impact to your career and how you are going to have, because today, day to day, any of your perspective or any aspects you want to look forward, without that, situations are not going good. So like, you have any queries over the session, you want to look forward, like you can just post your questions in the chat box.
Thank you for the wonderful feedback, and I can see some feedbacks coming in. More than happy to answer if you have some questions.
Yes, like if you're looking forward with any queries, like we could at least look forward, we could answer you to your queries here. See that if you have any queries. Sir has given his valuable time to us, like as being it's in his business schedule also, he has given us this opportunity to address you people. And you people quoting the questions or queries also, it is a great opportunity for you people to get this of opportunities. So see that if you are wanted to get clarified with any doubts, see that you can just get clarified. Because group of institutions has brought persons where they'll give you the best to your people, and he is a person where he is looking forward with 17 years plus with completely into this field, and he is looking with more of this cyber intelligence and artificial intelligence. So you can quote like if you're looking forward for your career or job opportunities or something else also, like he can at least address you people, he can answer you people.
I think there are some questions on the chat window. So this can harm a human employment. Okay, so I think the question is related to that. Can AI replace human being from an employment and job perspective, right? So that's what the question, I guess. So in my point of view, AI is not going to replace human jobs. There would be some impact, but it is only going to create more opportunities. So AI, the purpose of AI is to augment the humans, right? Assist a human to do better things, not to replace human beings. Just like the way when computer came into the world, right? You are seen in accounts and finance, people started using computers for their entire accounting processing, right? The accounts finance management. They stopped using books, so everything was managed to be handled by the softwares. It only created more accounting jobs, so it didn't kill the accountants and the finance executives. So when the ATMs came to the world, people thought that it is going to really completely wash out the bank staff, the branch staff. Only the more ATMs came, and at the same time more branches are opened by banks, so more people, more banking and inclusion. So many of these technologies are going to increase more opportunities and going to improve the human productivity and efficiency. It will augment the humans to do better things. But at the same time, if we don't upgrade ourselves, we will lose opportunities. If you don't learn new things, if you don't skill ourselves, if you don't upskill ourselves. Just to give you an example, people who are doing the same accounting entry in the journal entries in their accounting books and journals, if they don't upskill their knowledge to use a computer, they would be losing their job. So whatever the job opportunities out there today, whatever the human task, if it is repeatable, if it is predictable, if there is so much of things to be done which is in a repeatable and predictable manner, those things will be automated by artificial intelligence and all these exponential technologies for sure. So that is where I am emphasizing again and again that if you need to have to really capitalize this opportunity, there's a huge opportunity out there. We need to upskill and reskill ourselves. We need to learn and relearn, right? So for those who are doing that, definitely there are thousands of opportunities out there. A BA English or an MA English, a literature candidate can get into artificial intelligence because there is a lot of natural language processing based solutions, right? It is required. Multilingual solutions for AI is required. So a language specialist is required there. There is a solution called IBM Watson from IBM, and where a lot of doctors and nurses played a very crucial role in building that Watson AI solution. So every domain, there are opportunities, but only thing is that you need to upskill yourself, you need to reskill yourself, you need to learn new things. Okay. The second question is there in the chat window. Why do we create technologies which are going to harm human being? Any technologies, any devices, any machines, anything what we created has both sides. Anything, whatever we created. The same, if you look at a scissor, the scissor can be used for doing a heart surgery, or a knife can be doing the heart surgery. At the same time, the same knife is used by criminals or bad guys to kill a person, right? So the same knife can be used for saving a life. At the same time, the same knife can be used for ending the life of a person, right? So it's exactly the same. Whatever you look at, right? AI also has the same thing. It can be used for so much of good things, good purposes, life-saving situations. At the same time, the same AI, if it is not used right, it can be doing very, very bad things as well, as you've seen in the examples. Another question: what happens to the world if it move with artificial intelligence, and there are many disadvantages than advantages? So, very interesting question. Who is creating these disadvantages? Who is creating the advantages? Nothing but us. We need to make it right. We have the responsibility to make it right, and that's what the examples I given, that AI can also do bad things if you don't use it right, if you don't build it right. So it is our responsibility also to ensure that we do it right, we build it right, and we use it right. Right. Next question: what if an AI can teach themselves and take down the humanity? So it is, again, artificial intelligence is an intelligence exhibited by by machines, which is trained by human beings, right? So humans are building these systems, right? So we need to ensure that we put that respective controls in place. For example, when the Facebook created two chatbots and allowed those two chatbots to talk to each other, and then the chatbot immediately started creating their own language, which is not even understood by the Facebook engineers. So Facebook didn't continue with that experiment because they know that it is very dangerous. They shut down that project. So similarly, we need to ensure that whatever we are using, building, leveraging is for the right purposes and the good cause. Okay. How to know more about artificial intelligence and data science? A very, very interesting question again. As you know that we are all living in a digital age. Unlike 15, 20 years back, today you have a lot of content, free material, free courses, free knowledge, free data available in the internet, absolutely free. So you need to start looking at some of the basics and foundations of this, understand the basics and foundation. YouTube is a very good example. Wikipedia, there are a lot of free websites which will give you a lot of free knowledge, free learning. Start understanding the basics and then go deeper. What we study to get that job? Yeah, as I mentioned, there are crores of job opportunities out there in the market in so many different areas. So there are data engineers, data scientists, data analysts, machine learning specialist, analytics in the sales, security for analytics. There are so many opportunities. You need to identify which area you want to really build a career on, and you can start using. Cybersecurity and AI technology are same? Actually, no. Cybersecurity is securing the cyber world. AI is a technology that leverages artificial intelligence to do better things, right? So those are two different things. Does artificial intelligence destroy the employment? Actually, no. I think I given a detailed answer in the very first question. No, it will only automate tasks which are repeatable and predictable in a scalable way. So that is where we need to upskill and reskill ourselves to, that we have an upper hand on the AI. Okay. How we will opportunity to join AI. So as I mentioned, there are enough and more opportunities out there. You need to learn about this. You need to develop some skills. You have opportunities. Do artificial intelligence can save human development? Yes, as I mentioned, AI's purpose is to augment human being, right? Helping humans to do better things. AI solutions are saving lives today, right? So there are so many better use cases out there. Is artificial warm possible? Because I saw in a post on Instagram, as artificial warm is created, so by this world of metrics is created. Is it true? You will see a lot of such newses. Sometimes it can be fancy newses, sometimes it can be an experiment, sometimes it can be an exploring opportunity. Artificial intelligence is a technology that will take time to learn and make it perfect, right? Just like the human beings are learning, right? So many things, whatever we see in fiction movies today, can become a reality. I don't know personally, but but I believe that personally, I believe that many such fiction things or stories may become reality in the future. What if negativity increases than the positivity by the technologies to humans? Can we control? Yes, we are the people to control it, and we are the people to ensure that there are controls in place, there are governance, there are compliances, there are policies, there are laws in place to ensure that this is used for the right purpose and good purposes. How much time it takes to become a data scientist? It can take years to become a right data scientist, because there are so many different components. It's all about how fast you can learn, how fast you can upskill and reskill. Okay. It's a big ocean, the data science, because it involves technology, it involves statistics, it involves domain knowledge, it involves communication. Yes, so it can take some time, but it's all about how fast you can learn. So when an AI influence is more than it, can it affect cybersecurity job? So today AI is used in cybersecurity in a big way to detect threats, to prevent attacks and all. Yeah. So cybersecurity is one topic where AI cannot do it by itself. It definitely needs human, because many of the times humans are behind those attacks, right? Yeah. What happens is, yeah, what happens if there is artificial intelligence versus artificial intelligence? Very, very interesting. That is exactly one of the things we need to be careful. The artificial intelligence is supposed to be working hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder, right, with human intelligence as well as artificial intelligence. Many AI technologies have to work hand in hand. So eventually, who has to make sure that it is working hand in hand versus it is working against each other, right? It is again people. We need to ensure that we put systems and controls in place to ensure that they are not working against each other. Human nature lazy. The usage of more AI makes human nature lazy. See, as I mentioned, the purpose of AI is to augment humans to do better things, not creating lazy people, right? It has to create more abilities for human beings to do better things. Okay. In future, AI will be there or humans? Both will be there, because they have to work with each other, not work against each other or not replace each other. Okay. Okay, so I think we are at the top of the world. Thank you so much for putting a lot of questions.
Yes.
Out there, very, very interesting question. Thank you for raising that. Very, very interesting participants out there. So I hope the session was useful. We can connect again in the future to have.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Even these students will also wanted to know more detailing about it. And yes, as Sir said, you can learn it through your free versions of your. First of all, get interest and know about the details about that. Then further we can look forward. Yep. So we thank you, Sir Philip, sir, from our bottom of your heart, from the group of institutions, for giving your valuable time in your busy schedule to just deliver your session with our students, to give more importance about, tell them about AI. So how it is going to give them the good career opportunities.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So this was the students for today's session with where we are looking forward that the business analytics and AI is giving more importance to your career opportunities. As said, not only because we generally know that only the part of the people who are with the where I can say the computers and people who are with engineering and that way of these people can only look forward for these of the opportunities. But yet, though we are into the graduation of any of your field, any of your group, and still the student is looking forward to develop their opportunities in this of the career, they have the other alternatives where they can look forward with any certification courses or any of the things. So the students who are actually didn't even know at the part of their career and has taken the step to the part of the group, and still you're interested like this towards your artificial intelligence or with your business analytics. In BCom also we have business analytics. So like the student who are interested towards that can just give your names to your concerned branches, and basing on that we can look forward. Basing on your interest, we can just think over about the decisions where we can look forward. So because this part of the session is completely to give you a certain knowledge that though we are into the part of this graduation, we are not less than with any of the people. That is where we can say only the BTech or the people who can look forward to the computer courses are only eligible for these part of the developments and this part of the artificial intelligence. It is to all the people basing on the students' interest. We have the different opportunities where we can provide you people. So like same manner which we have with our artificial intelligence, we are also looking forward with the data science and how is this data science is going to give you a more opportunity, career opportunities, and how we are able to look forward. Will be letting you know. Just we'll just wait for that. Philip sir, I think.
Hello, sorry, ma'am, I was speaking on mute.
Yeah, like we will look forward for the 11 o'clock with the other session. So like I just again wanted to thank for being into the session.
Yep,
So
thank you.
continue with the other session. We have scheduled the other session to the students.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable time.
Yeah, bye.
So students who are looking forward for the data science, this session will give you more interactive session to you people. Just stay online. We'll connect to the sir who is looking forward for the data science. And as said, after these of the sessions, we'll soon start the classes, and you people will have your different groups, and basing on that, you'll start your classes. So just stay online so that at the end of the class, I'll let you know when is your class schedules and how you need to contact your branches for your syllabus part. Yes, dears, as in a repeat part, I said that